Hey, our friends, today we're going to draw Witch's Cauldron.
And here's a quick preview of how our drawings turn out at the very end, but we're not going to show our friends the inside, even though they've seen the thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's for later.
It's for the end.
Yeah. All right, you ready to start?
Yeah.
We're going to fold our paper first. Let's take the top edge, line it up with the bottom edge, and when you get the corners lined up, you can crease it down. Sometimes it's really tricky, and then sometimes it just, there you go, lines up perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. Next, we're going to take the top flap and line it up with the top edge. Yep. Oh, you're already, okay, yeah. Flip the paper over. You skipped ahead. And then we're going to take the top flap and line that one up. And crease it down. This is just a guide fold, so we like to unfold it, flatten it out, and then flip it back over. So it should open like this. Some people like to do the folding surprises so they open down, but I don't like it that way because when we're drawing, it's easier to draw over the fold going down than this way. Sometimes,
because then it lifts up.
Yeah, it lifts the paper up. So I always like it to open up on top. Okay, and we also have some scratch paper we'll put underneath our drawing paper just to protect our table since we're using markers. Okay. Let's draw our cauldron first. Okay. We're gonna start and draw all of the cauldron below the fold. So I'm gonna start right here. Let's see. We're gonna start and draw it kind of big. I'm gonna start here and draw two short lines coming down from the fold. Yes, and then we can draw a line connecting the bottom of those two lines. I'm gonna lift this up so I don't draw on the fold, and then we're gonna draw on top, or connect the top of the lines, short lines. Yes, that makes it a little easier. And then when we fold this down, or actually, when we fold it up like this, we won't have this big line on top of the fold. Okay, now let's draw the bottom of the cauldron. We're gonna draw a big kind of letter U coming around and connecting to the other side. I like that you drew yours a little different. You put the lines right on the edge, and then I kind of have a little lip here. Yeah. It's cool that it's different. Okay, next let's draw the little legs for the bottom of the cauldron. And we could also add handles. I'm going to draw a letter C and a backwards letter C. Then let's draw smaller letter C's inside. Yes. Next, let's add a funny face to our cauldron, and you could change this any way you want. You could add a funny one, or just a smile, a cute one, or you could draw an angry one because maybe it's boiling and it's really hot.
Yeah, or you could draw one with a mustache.
Like always, you always had it with a mustache. I like that. Okay, and I always like this face too. I'm gonna add the big mouth and big teeth and a tongue. And I'm gonna color in the back of the mouth like this. And then eyes. Okay, I really like that and especially love the mustache.
Thank you.
Okay, next let's draw a spoon or the big stirring spoon. I'm gonna draw a really long rectangle shape coming out of the cauldron. Oh, and I'm gonna add, let's draw some bubbles. I'm gonna draw one bubble like this, maybe a big one and a little one, and then I'm gonna draw circles, and you could change these. They don't have to be the same as mine, but we're gonna draw little bubbles coming out of the cauldron. Maybe another little one over here. Yeah, that looks awesome. Okay, next, let's open up our paper and we'll flatten out the fold so it's easier to draw on. First, let's extend the spoon down past the fold. So we're gonna extend those lines down, and then I'm gonna draw a big end to the spoon. That's a massive spoon. And then we can also add a little curve inside to make it more of a spoon. And then also, let's complete the circles for the bubbles that we have right here. So just the ones that are over the fold. Okay, now we're ready to add the rest of the inside. We're gonna add the witch's brew or the potion that she's making.
Just exploding.
Yeah, exploding everywhere. So first, let's draw a bunch of the ingredients. I'm gonna draw big circles. This will be for the eyes. So I'm gonna draw one circle here. Yeah, that's gross, but super fun. Okay, I'm gonna draw the pupil inside, and we can color it in, but I'm gonna leave a little highlight. And let's do a couple of those. And you could change the size of these eyes. Maybe one is a small eye for a turtle or a lizard. And maybe this one is an octopus eye. Gross. We can add the pupils go in different directions. We can make them bigger or smaller. Yeah, that looks awesome. And you could add more. You don't have to just add 3. But let's keep going. Let's add more stuff. I'm going to add a bone right here. So I'm going to add 2 lines. And then we can draw 2 bumps at the bottom and 2 bumps at the top. I'm going to add a couple more bones. And these could be different sizes too. And we'll do this faster since we're just repeating the same step. So there's another one and one more right here. Now we need to add candy. Let's add candy corn. I'm gonna draw an upside down letter V.
I love candy corn.
Yeah, me too. And then we're gonna draw the curve for the bottom. And then we'll color it in to make it look more like a candy corn later. But let's add more candy. So I'm gonna add one more corn right there. And then also let's change and add different candy. This one's gonna have a wrapper on it. I'm gonna draw a circle and then 2 bumps on each side. And then we can also, I'm gonna add another candy wrapper over here. Oh, and a sucker. We could add a sucker too. I'm gonna draw a circle and then a really long rectangle shape for the stick. Okay, now we could add even more stuff, but let's leave it like that. Now we need to add the brew or the stew.
The liquid.
The liquid, the potion, the slime. Let's draw it curving out from the side right here. And we want to make sure that we don't draw anything below this bottom fold.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so when we draw this splash or the slime, we want to make sure we're above this fold. So I'm going to draw it looping around and then a bigger splash right here. Okay, then let's add even more. I'm going to draw little ones. What you want to try to do is draw big drips or slime splashes behind the other stuff too. So it looks more 3D. So I'm going to draw big splash here. And I'm going to go faster. So don't worry about trying to make your drawing look exactly like mine. Just do the same thing on yours, but you can use your own creativity to change it. So we got this big splash. Oh, and also we could add little splashes inside too. So here's another one, but look at this. I'm just gonna draw a small one right here. And then maybe on this side, I'm gonna draw big drips and slime, but watch, this one's gonna come down and back into the cauldron. That's kind of, oh, I like that one. That one's really cool.
Thanks.
Okay, then we can have a splash coming out from that little one we just drew. Oh, my marker's kind of squeaky. This is one of my favorite shapes to draw is a slime.
Yeah, because it's like a liquid.
Yeah. Blech. Splash. And then I'm going to draw more inside. And we could also change the color for each of these splashes. Like some of these could be a dark green and others could be lighter green.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that looks awesome. Okay, one last thing before we switch to coloring. Let's add more of these bubbles. So I'm going to draw a couple circles here at the top and make sure these are below this top fold. I'm going to add them over here. Oh, and you could also add a single drop, like this, a raindrop
Oh yeah.
splashing. So you can mix up the circles with little raindrops that are splashing. Oh, this looks awesome. Maybe more bubbles over here. Now we could add even more things, but let's leave it just like this, and we still need to
Color it.
Yeah, this part we'll fast forward, so pause the video and color your drawings. You ready to speed things up?
Yeah.
Austin, we did it! We finished drawing and coloring our cauldrons, and they turned out awesome, all colored in.
Yeah.
We're gonna show our friends the inside. Don't, it's too fast. You're giving it away the secret. All right, count of three. 1, 2, 3. Happy Halloween! They've already seen it, but
Yeah.
they haven't seen it colored. It looks awesome, and you guys can pause the video to match your same coloring, but
You can color any way you want.
yes, you don't have to color it the same. You could change the slime so it's orange and purple.
Oh yeah, that would be gross.
Yeah, that would be really gross. But you could also add even more things, but I think this looks awesome.
Yeah, definitely one of my new favorites.
Yeah, mine too.
We hope you had a lot of fun drawing a witch's cauldron.
We do, and we hope you had a lot of fun coloring and adding more things to the inside. And we'll see you later, art friends. Goodbye.